Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, we will rig this character, correct mesh deformations due to rigging, retarget animations, and make refinements as needed. I hope you're excited. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, rigging can be complicated at first, so I'll be using AutoRig Pro add-on in this first part, which is a lifesaver really, but unfortunately it's not for free. But don't worry, in the next video, I'll rig it with a free add-on. I downloaded this character from Blender Studio. For those of you who don't know Blender Studio, they create short films entirely within Blender, of course. What else could they do it, right? It would be something else studio then. Anyways, and they generously provide most of their character for free. Once you download the character, you might just want to hit that import button and put it somewhere in the viewport. But that's not how we're gonna do it. You see, what we downloaded was a Blender file, and we're not gonna click open it. We're just gonna append it. Click append and select the Blender file. Navigate to the collections folder and select everything.
Nice.
Now that the character is here, let's first get rid of this lighting because, that makes no sense for us. I know that this character already has a rig, guys, but we're gonna have to remove it and rig it ourselves. And I'll tell you in just a bit. Firstly, that's the point of this video. And secondly, in some cases, you really need to get rid of the rig. But if you simply hit delete, you'll also delete the mesh. So I'll show you the right way of doing that. Switch to front view, select everything and press Alt P. And choose clear and keep transformation. Great. Now select the rig and press X to delete it. Before moving forward, it's good practice to remove the armature modifier associated with the previous rig, as it might, cause some issues later. Select each object individually and remove the armature modifier. So far so good. We're making progress here, guys. Now let's rig this character. Select each part of the character, go to AutoRig Pro section, find the Smart tab, and click Get Selected Objects. Let's go with the full body option. This brings us to front view mode. Now we need to position the reference bones for the character, starting with the neck bone. Place the neck bone, then the chin, followed by the shoulders. Position the wrist, the spine root, which should be around the crouch, and the ankles. I'm gonna put these at the shoelaces. By default, AutoRig Pro detects 5 fingers, but you can adjust it if needed. For now, I'll keep it default. And I'll also go with the facial control rigs. Place the eye controls around the edges of the eyes. It doesn't have to be perfect, just close enough. For the ears, position one vertex at the top edge and the other one at the bottom. Do the same for the eyebrows and the lips. Next, it will ask you to select at least one eyeball object. Switch to object mode, select the eyeball, and use the eyedropper tool to specify it. You can optionally do the same for the teeth and the tongue. Select the upper teeth, use the eyedropper, then repeat for the lower teeth and the tongue. Once you're satisfied, press go. And boom! It generates the reference bones for us. Now, AutoRig Pro does a great job, but you might still need to make some minor adjustments. For instance, I'll move the ankle bone slightly there because I think that's where it's supposed to be, and reposition the knees to line with where the wrinkling occurs. Other than that, the face bones look good. Once everything looks great, just hit match to rig and hold your breath, and yes, the rig is ready. Now, if you select a rig control, like the head bone, you'll notice that the actual head doesn't move with it yet. That's because the character isn't bound to the rig. Switch to front view, select your character and rig, go to the skin section of the AutoRig Pro tab, and hit bind. Hold your breath again. Yes, it worked. Haha. Now let's test rig. For any deformations or incorrect vertex movements, start by inspecting the problematic vertices. Go to the item panel and review the vertex weights to see which bones are influencing them. Compare this with the nearby vertices that behave correctly. Quick side note, for better visibility of the bones, switch the object mode, select the rig and tab into the edit mode. Enable in front on the viewport display in the object properties panel. These are the bones affecting the mesh, and if you click one, the name of the bone will appear on the top left corner. That way you can actually search for the bone that is influencing the vertex. Now going back to fixing the vertex issue, adjust the weights, add missing vertex groups. You can do this by going into the object data properties panel, then click that little cursor and search the missing bone, then hit assign or remove unnecessary ones to fix that deformation. We solved that issue only for one vertex, but if multiple vertices are affected in the same area, in this case the arm, I don't know, for some reason these vertices are being pulled to the back of the head, it's best to delete the section of the arm and mirror the one that does not deflect. So go ahead and isolate the region, select the area, enter edit mode and enable X-ray mode to ensure you've selected all relevant vertices. Delete the problematic half and use the mirror modifier to restore the symmetry. If shape keys are present, it will not allow you to apply the mirror modifiers, so remove them temporarily, apply the mirror modifier, and after adjustments, reapply the shape keys if needed. And that looks pretty good now. We still need to fix the issue with the teeth. You see, in order to do this, I'll go to the front view and hide the face to get a better view. There we go. Now we need to parent the object to the rig, and by rig I mean a special bone control of the rig. We need to parent this upper teeth to the bone called C_teeth top master.x. Fair enough. First go to edit and uncheck lock object modes. This allows us to select objects while we're in pose mode. Once that's done, simply select the upper teeth and then select the C_teeth top master.x bone. Then press Ctrl P. We want to pair it to the bone, right? So select the bone, okay? That's done. Now for bottom teeth, do the same thing. Select the bottom teeth and shift select the C_teeth bottom master.x. Then press Ctrl P to parent it to the bone. Nice. Now take a look at it again. Bring everything back by pressing Alt H and select the head control. Rotate it. And yes, we have solved it. Congratulations. However, you can notice that some portions of the skin is actually clipping through the shirt. And we'll fix this, of course, in just a bit. But first, I want to retarget an animation. That way I can see at which frame clipping occurs the most. So let's go ahead and retarget a mocap animation. I did explain this in my previous tutorial where I did mocap with Kinect. If you haven't watched that already, please check that out. Anyways, you can use your Kinect animation or simply get something from Mixamo. I did download a simple one from there, so you can do it also. Go to import FBX and go to the folder where it's located and select it, press import, done. Let's move this animation to side and go to AutoRig Pro remap section. Here we select source armature, which is actually the Mixamo. So click Mixamo animation, use the eyedropper tool to select that. We select the target armature as our own rig. After that, click build bones list. Now this has generated a list of bones matching from reference to target armature, but this is arbitrary, so we have to go down a little bit under mapping presets right beside import section, and it has a list of mostly used mocap solutions preset by default. I'm gonna select Mixamo IK legs and IK arms because our rig is currently in IK mode. After that, hit retarget. Hold your breath, and yes, it worked. Let the animation run a bit to detect possible issues, like in frame 19 we got a clipping issue. To solve that, I'm gonna select the shirt. Let's hide the arms for now to get better view. Select the shirt and go to edit mode. Press B for border select and select the region of the shirt that is causing you trouble. Take a look at it from the side pull it out a bit. Now, it did not work because we got shape keys on the shirt. Go back to object mode and object data properties. Remove all the shape keys and you can reinstall them if needed after we do the editing. After that, select the shirt again and pull that area of vertex again. Check if this small region also needs to be pulled a little bit too. Nice. And now let the animation play. Inspect for deflections. So far it looks great. For the bottom part of the shoes, just go to modifiers panel and apply these two mask modifiers. This will bind it to the shoes and we're good to go. Then again, we've come to an end of another video. Thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, See you guys. Bye.